Hey guys, how's it going? That Nerd Ryan here, and today we're going to be discussing Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That just for Instagram, it just cut in on YouTube. Today we're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5, which is called Truth, and we're going to just basically be discussing it. I'm going to kind of go through and then say what I liked about it. Hi Angie, do you want to jump in and get spoiled for Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5? If you want, just put whatever you want to call it on the thing. I guess Angie does not want to get spoiled for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or she does. Just trying to make up her mind. But yeah, we're going to be discussing Falcon and the Winter Soldier with Angie. For those of you who are on YouTube, we'll be chatting with her on Instagram, so you'll hear her through here. And hey, Angie.
Hello.
So basically, we're doing the Friday live stream for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So you're going to get spoiled, just so you know. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, but we'll be watching it tomorrow anyways before we film our Captain America and Avengers video.
You're gonna watch it before me?
I just did watch it.
Oh, you did? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch it again then.
Yeah.
Very cool. I can put it in the background. I was kidding.
That's fine. No, I don't want to get copyright striked. Hi, John. And I did this last week. So again, speaking of John, we opened Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 5 with John Walker's trial for what he did in the last episode of killing the Flag Smasher. And that actually really, really resonated with what recently happened with the whole trial for the officer that murdered George Floyd, even to the point where he was yelling, "I did what you trained me to do. I did this and that, blah, blah, blah." And just really, really shocking. Oh, Tootsie, you want to talk too. Angie's cat is in on the video. But yeah, so just like that was a really shocking, or not shocking, but I mean, it was really well-deserved that John did not actually get a court-martial like people were thinking. He actually faced the real court system, and although they did not have him arrested or anything, they took his rank away, and he's no longer Captain America. But then we get the big cameo for the episode, which was the reason why I got up out of my nap and watched this, because I didn't want to get spoiled to me. But Elaine from Seinfeld, the girl from Seinfeld, if you know what I'm talking about, Angie, she is Madam Hydra. Her name's Contessa Valentine. It has a long name and everything. But she is... I Googled it, which means I missed the next 5 minutes of the episode, but I Googled it, and she is technically Madam Hydra. So most likely with Robert Redford's character and Red Skull. I almost said Black Skull, but that's a Black Mask from DC. But Red Skull is gone. It's most likely that she's the head of Hydra, and she kind of slightly offers John a position within Hydra without explicitly saying it. But sorry for all the scratching sounds. Andrew's moving her phone. But yeah, so basically, John's gonna become U.S. agent for Hydra. He's gonna be a villain for a while. We're then moved to, like I said, I kind of missed the next 5 minutes. I will say this episode did honestly feel more like a finale than anything. But I will say, because I think they do that because the whole next episode is going to be just completely action-packed. That's what I think is going to happen. So they're kind of just tying up all the loose ends that the first episode and so on started, so they can just leave action for the last episode. And so we have Sam finally fixing the boat that they did. Excuse me. They had that, and then they finally had like Bucky and Sam are officially best friends. So that's been fixed, or I mean that's been wrapped up. They're kind of hinting that Bucky's probably going to see the guy from the first episode next episode to kind of tie up loose ends. Zemo's back in jail. He actually got taken by the Wakandans, and Sam has the shield back, and that actually led to my favorite part of the episode, which was Sam's training montage, which is closer to the end. But we're not going to really fully discuss that till we get to the end. So there's more buildup with John that he's kind of going to start taking things into his own hands. He goes and talks to Lamar's family. And actually, I don't know if he's lying or he perceived it this way, but he is blaming Nico for Lamar's death, saying that Nico killed Lamar, which we all know it was Carly. So I don't know if he's saying that to kind of defend himself, to justify what he did, or if he was in the state of mind thinking that Nico killed Lamar, which I did actually skip over the first actual scene of the episode. So I am sorry, guys, but it's the fight between Bucky, Sam, and John. And I think John's new favorite move is bringing the shield down, because he tried to do that like 10 times in that fight, which honestly is actually really good acting on Wyatt Russell's part, because if you notice through the whole series, John's not a good fighter. He's good with the shield, he's good at throwing it and everything like that, but he is a terrible fighter. And like so when a fighter that's terrible finds a move that works for him, the first thing they do is just keep trying to do that move, which, like I said, he kept trying to do that to Sam and Bucky throughout the fight. And I think it was like 6 or 7 times at least. And he almost kills Sam and he almost kills Bucky. And then it ends with them breaking his arm, which is kind of ironic since he is a super soldier. I don't know what the heal time is for that serum, obviously, because that's a separate serum that's not Steve. But the whole rest of the episode, John's in a sleeve. So, yeah, there's that. And we got Torres back. Excuse me. But yeah, Torres is back again. And actually, John did break Sam's wings. And he ends up giving it to Torres, which Torres is supposed to be the next Falcon, according to the comics. So yeah, he's probably going to end up getting those wings, and refurbishing them and everything, and he'll be the next Falcon while Sam's Captain America. The whole episode, Sam is in possession of the shield, which is how it should have been since the beginning. But the next thing he does try to do is he does try to give it to Isaiah Bradley. And Isaiah gives him basically his whole origin story, which is completely accurate to the comics. The only difference is Isaiah was a test subject in the comics to a precursor of Steve. In this, he's created after Steve to kind of replace Captain America. So yeah, that's the only difference that I kind of noticed. But like him having a wife that passed away while he was in prison, and him being experimented on, and just he had a bunch of other people and they never told him what they were giving him. They just told him it was tetanus. I don't think they said tetanus in the comic, but it was basically similar, which was great to see. Just them actually stick to the origin story and not try to change it around. And then we get to Sam and Bucky fixing the boat and everything, and just while they're fixing the boat, this is going to sound cheesy, but they're fixing their friendship, which was great to see. and Bucky's trying to flirt with Sam's sister and stuff like that. Very nice, very, very. One of my favorite lines in that scene when Bucky first shows up and he goes to try to fix. Sam's trying to fix like a water pipe or something, and Bucky walks over. He's like, "No, you're supposed to do this." And he uses it, and Sam looks at him and he's like, "Why don't you just use your arm?" You know, I never really think of that. That was my favorite line in the entire episode. Just like, because I mean, that's like one of the most true things is like, why not use your arm? So anyways, the majority of the episode is fixing this boat. And like Sam calls in favors to get the boat fixed and everything. And then they're almost done and Sam's finally caving in about selling it and his sister backs out. So they're keeping the boat because it is part of their family, which is really nice. Also with Isaiah in this and everything, there is a lot of talk about race and like the implications. Bucky even states it, the implications of having a black Captain America, which is explored in the comics as well and is honestly going to be an interesting standpoint, especially if they bring in a season 2 or even in the next episode, because it is, in my opinion, it would be very true for people to not be backing Sam as Captain America, because I mean, look how unfortunate it was, but how people were with Obama being president. And Captain America, I know Captain America is not president, but like being an American symbol and being of color would be unfortunately an issue for a lot of Americans, especially for what it seems in the MCU. I'm not complaining about that myself. I love Sam as a character. I love everything about that. I am excited to see him be Captain America. I'm interested to see how that's going to take. And I will bring up something that happened today with me, which also would bring in the fact of basically this point of view is I was walking somewhere today and somebody was actually complaining about that, saying that the MCU is trying to cater now. And it's like, no, the MCU, I literally stopped and I said, don't bad talk the show because of this, because that is the whole point of Sam becoming Captain America. So obviously, if you don't like it, then you understand that I didn't want to be a toxic fan that like stands the show or something, but I was like, if you feel uncomfortable, that's the point. It's trying to show that, which is why I enjoy it. But yeah, so anyways, we get to one of my favorite scenes in the episode, which is literally, it's kind of Bucky and Sam playing catch with the shield. And they're just throwing it back and forth and everything to get between trees. And then Sam basically tells Bucky he needs to suck it up and actually apologize to these people, not apologize for himself, but offer his services to them, which is why I think we're going to see the guy from the first episode come in to play next episode, which is going to probably be a very hard scene to watch and a very emotional scene. Sorry, I'm drinking water because I had a very greasy sandwich today and it's making me want to cough. Anyways, where was I? Oh, yeah. After that, Sam decides he's going to become Captain America, and he takes up the shield and he starts training with it. And it shows him he's not good with it at first, even though the last thing they were kind of just throwing it around that looked good. But the whole change in that was because him and Bucky were kind of lazily throwing it around, and Bucky would catch it sometimes and stuff like that. Sam was whipping it, like literally just like throwing it can and trying to catch it, and he'd duck down because he'd be so afraid of it and everything. And then it takes about five minutes show time, probably like a month or so real time, of him finally getting good at it. And actually, one thing that really caught me was when he was training and was running. The whole time I was thinking Steve running next to him going on your left, and I think it was supposed to invoke that, which was great to just kind of see the on your left, him training to become Cap. And then we get to The second to last scene, which is Carly, they finally show Carly this episode. The entire rest of the episode saying how she's in hiding. And then they finally show her in America. And actually, I was kind of confused why they showed Sharon for that one scene. I think she's working with the Flag Smashers now. Because she calls somebody that's yelling in French. And then the next scene, we see Bartrock the Leaper, who is French. So yeah, Bartrock gives him a bunch of weapons and everything. And he's promised that he can kill Sam. So that's where we're left off with that. And then we get into the GRC meeting about the Patch Act, which would basically remove every refugee from whatever country and send them back to their original country. And the Flag Smashers hack it. And actually, what was kind of what I took it as might be different than what it was intended to mean. But sorry if you guys can't hear me. There's a lot of scratching over on this end. But basically, Torres is kind of telling him that he that about the like tracing and everything of the Flag Smashers app and how it showed up in New York. And Sam literally goes, "Thanks, Bucky. I'll take it from here." So I think he was inferring that Torres is his partner, kind of like how Bucky was Cap's partner. But I don't know if that was just because of a reshoot or something like that. And basically, I kind of thought that was a kind of funny moment where he's acknowledging him as Bucky. And we see that earlier in the episode, Bucky gave Sam something from Wakanda, which I think is supposed to be the Falcon wings that were busted. They're like a vibranium version now. So we end it with him opening the case and looking at the case like he's getting ready to suit up. So yeah, that is the episode summarized. So I don't see anybody really live on YouTube. Angie, you're the only one watching, so if you have questions, go ahead and ask it, or we'll wrap it up.
No, I don't have any questions. I'm just gonna wait. I'll have more tomorrow.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please, if you're watching this back, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram or all the social media stuff that's on my other videos, because for some reason live streams don't let me add that stuff. So make sure you guys go and do that. Everything has the same name. It's that Nerd Ryan. So make sure you guys do that. And have a great day. We're all superheroes on the inside.